So in my observations with COAB, you know I've been in Astoria, and the police out there did good things and bad things, but we can go into that later. But issues that are striking my mind as I've been remotely following COAB, I'll admit I haven't watched every single second of every single, but I'm trying to catch up and crash course as much as I can, and then I followed a lot of media feeds and summaries and things online. My whole standpoint is back to Simon. This is clearly in disrepair. We cannot have a COAB sting operation where activists are punitized for their citizen participation. If I am to walk into a COAB meeting fearful of my own arrest for having my own thoughts and my own independent voice, the Community Oversight Advisory Board is now excluding the community and going for a more aristocratic, oligarchic kind of cover-up. And what I allege to be or what my findings are, is that the Rosenbaum-Watson team are the cover-up artists for Chicago police torture, so egregious it was reported above and beyond the United States of America to United Nations and human rights groups because they felt that the DOJ could not crack into the Chicago torture. So in as much as the Rosenbaum-Watson team are very skilled professional cover-up artists, I now understand that we were being groomed for a role to participate in a sort of Stepford wife version of the polite citizen cover-up, which as a theatrical casting device, that you know that's not going to work with me. I'll probably get really sarcastic really quickly if I'm being groomed into that kind of polite, good citizen thing, which I've always had a problem with this in Oregon politics. I think people are not very activated on all levels and all chakras, and that they need to have some activization so that they don't feel that they're going to go away in handcuffs because they break it down into the nitty-gritty. So Judge Simon's going to have to sort this out. I've been reporting to Geisler and to Mary Ostat, who is the clerk for Simon. So Simon's aware that my demand is we go back to court. We need the fairness hearing, which your crafty little city attorneys talked him out of. His best mind knew that we, the public, needed to be heard, and you guys would repress us. So Mr. Simon cut you a break on negating our voice. And the COAB has been instrumental in negating the voices of people like David Keefe Davis, Laura Vanderlyn. A lot of us just feel betrayed. We're kind of on a boycott. We wouldn't set foot in such a hokey arrangement that we can see to be fake. We've seen some conflict of interest when it comes to Paul Meyer, who is a lovely human being, I'm sure, but his testimony fell apart in the courtroom with Ms. Lisa Haynes when he was basically so inept at patrol procedure in terms of constitutional rights. Her lawyer, Gerald Noble, had him just kind of in confusion, and I was kind of concerning, oh, well, he's your expert witness, and yet he's also on the COAB, so he's trying to eviscerate this poor woman who's been destroyed by your city attorneys and denied her justice and denied her patriotic right and duty to support the fair kind of equal society we deserve. This is a conflict of interest. We've got all kinds of conflicts of interest, and I want to be above board with you guys. I want to let you know I've got cops in my family. They're on the Hillsborough Police Force. Please don't speed out there. They might give you a ticket. They're gigantic. I wouldn't want to mess with them. And I mean, I can say Mirla Vianney gave me a piece of jewelry yesterday. Does that mean I'm her stooge? I don't know, but I know that there are friends and family. We have previous business associations, and Oregon is famous for not having any public accountability. And I think we all need to start stating our agenda, stating who our family's agenda is, and start being more honest with the system. And self-perpetuating bureaucracy is not anything to be desired. And if the self-perpetuating bureaucracy needs to start to acting like Joseph Stalin and have everybody hauled away to the gulag, that's not the kind of country that I believe in. I believe it to be deeply un-American, deeply offensive to patriots. And one little thing I want to get to is the issue of Kyle Nice. When Kyle Nice was dispatched the first time my mom called 911, on Ben, he's having an episode, he's loud, smashing things. Kyle Nice comes to the front, he's right on the curb on 92nd, right by the garbage cans. I'm burning a stick of Nag Champa, and I'm looking at his name badge saying, he's famous on Cop Watch, Mom. He's famous on Portland Cop Watch. Mr. Nice got so scared of us, I explained, well, we already have an independent police review, which I'm engaging in, fully aware that Mr. Kavori's told me don't mess with that, it's all fake. So I'm engaging anyway, just to see if there's any truth in your little bureaucratic Byzantine mazes you set up for us. And Kyle Nice blew away so fast he could not do his job. That's when we needed the job done. We didn't need Ben to have 50 more suicidal crises, hitchhiking, almost getting hit by a car, all the very terrible things that happened to him. And I fundamentally believe that we live in a better society than that there should be a home for the blind, that people with developmental disabilities should not be thrown to the wolves. And so with the Kyle Nice issue, I had reported to the IPR. I'm caught up to my equality of time with Mr. Johnson, so I feel like I could go on, but maybe I should defer to Lightning, give him his next 5, or Mr. West.
Can I ask you a quick question? Do you think the settlement agreement is beginning to come apart?
It was a wash. The U.S. Attorney Amanda Marshall has resigned with her sexual harassment, coup d'etat, whatever.
So,
whatever happened.
So you think the COAB situation and the fact that what's
we need
going
to go
on
back
with
to
the
court.
investigations on the police chief could unravel this?
The COAB is a wash. We are, so far as I'm concerned, we're investigating Chicago.
So you're saying go back to the federal judge?
Oh, yeah. And furthermore, we need to go to court. We need to go to trial. We need to get our fairness hearings. Watson, Rosenbaum, they're nice people. I've agreed to Skype with Miss Watson, but they're inept. They're doing this for many cities. They're picking up their packs millions, but it's not working. It's not effective.
Do you want them replaced? Somebody else?
I'm not so sure about the COAB architecture. I think Amanda Marshall's filing and in her arrangement was heavy on the bureaucracy, low on the facts. She wouldn't deal with racial profiling. That was the Hardesty's main problem. And guess what? Ferguson happened. So are we going to be in denial about that? I think we need to get back in the drawing room and start with the original investigation. Come out with, I mean, we have like so much leadership loss. We have the loss of Amanda Marshall, the loss of the sheriff, the loss of the police chief. We had Kogan go down. This is the headless horseman type government. That's why a lot of us are really agitated, not to mention the national security terrorism things. I think we're all a little bit hot and bothered by the fact that there isn't a lot of national leadership going on here.
I just want to point out that Keith hasn't had a chance to speak, so before we go to Bob, I just want to give him a chance if you'd like to take it. Is that okay with you, Bob?
Mm-hmm.